From something that felt so wrong to something that just feels so right. Hello, Momo Sauce. How are you today? I'm struggling with these rims. Anything would have to be better than what was on it. Just not a fan of these rims. Well, those SS rims do give it a cleaner look. Alright, so we are fast running into light and the weather's looking pretty crap. And I've managed to chuck all four of these wheels on. So now both the fronts are on and looking good, but I've got some fatter tyres for the rear. And it certainly fills out that guard a lot better. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm sorry if the wind is playing havoc on it. But yeah, I'm actually a lot happier with this as far as the overall look goes. It really does, for a modern wheel, they do look a lot like the old bloody, what do you call them, the Chevy Rebels, you know, like it's a flatter version of them. They're pretty cool. I like them. I mean, I'm happy enough for now. This will tide me over until I get something respectable anyway. Yeah, I dig it. Who'd have thought VESS rims would look alright on it? It's got an SS motor, drive line from an old VN. You know, the old injected 5 litre T5, the 9-inch, all the Como brakes. Kind of not a bad looking wheel for keeping those flares. Or at least they're the least shit option, I guess. Nice. See you next time. That awkward moment when you look just like some younger trollop. That's not upsetting at all. Hi guys and girls, here we are back at the therapy shed workshop, the main workshop I guess, and sorting out a little bit of work on the Torana. I'll show you what I've done so far. Okay, so ever since I got this thing, it's had a bit of an exhaust leak. It's been a bit fluffy from the driver's bank, and I figured that I would have been spewing if the extractors were cracked or something like that, but I don't remember it leaking from back when Neil first bought it, so I don't see any reason why it should be leaking now. So I thought, I'll just have to do it again. These bloody extractor gaskets are horrible to do, absolutely horrible. So as you can see, I've got my extractor off. It's disconnected on both ends. There's not a lot of room in this particular car. The room is exacerbated downstairs by the fact that there's big high volume sump on this engine. So here's my new exhaust gasket and the old one's underneath it. There's only one problem. This is like the orientation in which it was fitted. You'll notice here that I got these little cutouts. That is to go for the spark plugs. But the spark plugs, or I'll go the other side. You can see the spark plugs are actually underneath the extractor. So this is the way it's meant to go. Okay. Right, so these little cutouts here are for spark plugs. Very cool. So because it had been put on wrong, you can actually see how far over the port is. So it's been restricting about a quarter, or maybe just under a quarter of the port, stopping it from breathing out. And you can see across that edge there, that is where the exhaust leak was, straight out the corner here. Not mentioning any names, Chris. Very naughty boy. Using all that red silicon. Now the long laboursome job of putting it back together. I'm beginning to wonder what I did in a past life to what I deserved for this. I'm going to try and move these extractors bit by bit to get up and in there and clean all that gasket shit out, because in here you can see the extractors nice and tight in up against the steering coupling. And we've got this giant sump as well, which is exaggerating the distance that I need underneath here. So without that sump, I'd be able to twist that up a little bit further, and with the steering out, I'd be able to slide this extractor right out, but I can't. Well, I'm probably getting what I deserve. What I've done to these old Holdens is criminal. What I'm trying to do now won't make up for it.
Hello, Neil. How are you today? Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Oh, wait, I'm talking to myself. Oh, a cat talking to himself is the first sign of madness. I kind of look like a finger shark. Yum, yum, yum.
Rightio. So, full new set of extractor bolts and a new gasket. I managed to clean most of that silicon off, and I guess, you know, the spark plug leads are way too long, and there's this thing is just a street car. There's, you know, you wouldn't be opening the bonnet of this thing at a car show. This is just a Hoonmobile. So as mentioned, all new extractor bolts, new extractor gasket. Alrighty, the moment of truth. Ugh. Oh, she's back alive. Beautiful. No more extractor fluff popping out there. This thing will sound a lot better when I drive it. Now, you've got to do this side next. Although, I thought I was seeing something sparking down there. Shadow on the ground. Or maybe not. Alright, so that's it for the night. Alright, so I've had the Torana back here at work for a week or so, just for space really. I've had to move a lot of crap around at home, and I don't really have any room in the shed, so I've brought it into work, and I thought I'll take the opportunity to fix a window regulator and do something about the interior. So, most prominent on this thing is the rear door handles don't match the front, and they've just been painted silver over brown. They're just, you know, it's not the greatest interior. The old hood lining's pretty tatty, but it's amazing what a difference you can make to the interior of your car, and even exterior, just by matching up a couple of door handles. So now, managed to land a couple of door handles for it. That's all good. And a couple of new door trims are fitted. Beautiful. It's amazing what a difference just a couple little door trims make. Here's the old ones, looking a bit worse for wear. Looks like somebody's had a spare tyre or something laying on that at one point. But yeah, it's the little things. Just seat covers and stuff like that. I'll put some new carpet in, I think, at some point. And with the old hot wires, and the old SLR door trims, I think she's looking a lot better. I assume this is what the old days used to look like. Ignore that car there. Nice. So here she is in her, more or less, or current condition. I've upgraded the wheels and some interior bits. So now, with the hot wires, she looks pretty damn good. Pretty satisfied with that. That fat stance on the back. And we've upgraded the interior. Some SLR door cards. There's some obvious things that I need to do. Got rid of the Peter Brock decal. Added an old school SAS steering wheel, although I might actually have a genuine SLR style wheel coming. So I left the SLR rear without the armrest, basically because this is just a POV pack car and didn't have rear armrest fitted. So I'm not going, just seat covers on the back, a little bit of old carpet in the back we might need to get rid of. Yeah, so it's amazing what a difference these wheels have made. Especially when you get over to this side. Get back and take her all in. And it wasn't as expensive as I thought. So, if you guys remember on Neil's car, on the black hatch, I put those Convo style rims on it. Well, they were, I bought them months ago for a project. I can't see myself using them, so I sold them. They actually came with those rear tyres. And well, I managed to keep the tyres, and the front tyres I bought specifically to put on those Convos to test on Neil's car, and they were roadworthy. They only cost me $30, but the performance hot wires themselves, I ordered custom from Performance in Queensland. It cost me less than $1,000 shipped, literally $960 or something like that. They came, they were supposed to come with free wheel nuts, but they duped me because they didn't have them in stock, and it turned out to use the wheel nuts I'd bought for the previous wheels, right? So when you work out that I sold the old wheels for $300, and then I tried those, I got the VE SSV rims machined. They cost about $600 all up with the tyres, brand new tyres, which I sold for $550, getting most of that money back, which brings me back to about a $250 kitty in my pocket. And I sold those other Convos for $1,200, kept the tyres. I made $200 profit on them, and it pretty much paid for the wheels and the interior. The steering wheel I had lying around, my mate Alistair generously donated it to me a little while ago, because I have a really sick affliction for these things. I've got about 7 or 8 SAS wheels of different sizes and shapes, different dish. Mainly 3-spoke, but there's a 4-spoke in there as well. So I'm pretty happy overall with the way it's come up. And I don't think there's any need to actually touch it, or bugger it. I'm not going for an SLR thing. Everybody's done that. This thing looks super cool. It's banged up. But you can drive it. You don't have to be scared. She's a really cool rig. So I'm just going to slowly do a few more things in the near future on it. But I've already bought something else to play with. Something else with rust. But I'll take you through that soon. Thanks for tuning in.